One outstanding example of what this exclusive list does to constituents. Yes, the one of security we have seen, the one of electricity we have seen, the one of refineries we have seen. The general economic atmosphere. One example is the TINAPA Project in Cross River State that happened under the watch of Donald Duke. At the time that project was conceived, and there was excitement of how much it would turn around the economy of Cross River State, some of us sent message about what the exclusive list would do to that project. Everything required for that project to succeed. Oh, free economic zone, all kinds of things. Manufacturing will take place, and all kinds of international things will be happening there. We sent message that the dredging of the Calabar water channel to that facility is in the hands of the federal government. If they do not dredge it, no vessel, the vessels that will service TINAPA will never be able to get there. So it's not in the hand of Cross River to do. The electricity required to run that big facility, if the federal government doesn't want it to succeed, people in Abuja, of course there will be no electricity. The railway, because of the exclusivity, the ports and the maritime, everything maritime is in the hand of the federal government, the ports and all of that. The railways that should convey the raw materials into the port and carry the goods to wherever, for export, those railways are also on that exclusive list. Everything you need to make that project viable in terms of economic viability and the hands of the federal government. When you can't have the railway, and you can't have the electricity, and you can't have the dredging and the security, who are you going to bring to work in that kind of a place if if Abuja decides to compromise the security in the area so that the project will fail? At the end of the day, that place was built, but Cross River State ended up in a debt of $285 million as at the time the project was supposed to be bringing income to that state. I don't know what has changed in the place, but until that constitution goes down, all such projects, we receive inquiries all the time. I was in the oil industry. There are people who, when after the governors have hopped through the capitals of the world searching for foreign investment, even the federal government, the ones who have to make that final investment decision, whether it is for electricity or it's for refinery, whatever you're inviting them to come to do, they make their discrete inquiries in what you call due diligence. They ask people like us, do we come? Shall we come? And the questions are specific. They want to know about the rule of law. I'll be lying to them if I say the rule of law operates in the place under this constitution. I'll be lying to them if I tell them security will be good. I'll be lying to them if I tell them that the infrastructure will be good. And some of those investments are actually on those infrastructure. They want to come to build electricity. They've discussed with the government. I knew find out what happened in Imo State in the last administration. All the foreign investors that were brought in from everywhere, what was the reason no investment was done? Because their due diligence ends up with this exclusive list. That is what has happened to all the federal government boast about how General Electric will come and build electricity for them. No General Electric is coming to take their money in the kind of confusion guaranteed by this constitution. That's why all the direct foreign investment you thought could come, all the MOUs, all the states, all the MOUs that have been lying and gathering dust, the reason they've not happened is because your constitution is a blockade. Until that constitution goes down, those things are not coming. Let us know that this is a question of life and death for the constituents of Nigeria. Those who impose that constitution and who are not willing to listen to anything that will adjust the situation, they just want to cripple, they want to ruin the place, they want to destroy the place and take it over. That's what they're doing. If anybody thinks they don't know what they're doing, some of you thought Buhari is failing running your security or running your economy or running your all of the employment, all of the things he said he was going to do. It's because you do not understand what he came to do that you think he's failing. The man is not failing at all. If you knew what he came to do, he's succeeding in those things. Himself and his people are taking over your land. He succeeded in throwing our borders open, unchallenged. His people have trooped in here in such large numbers. Pantami is the one holding the database to document them as Nigerians. Your lands are being assigned to them. Everything that belongs to you will begin to belong to them. That's what he came to do. Some of you who could organize the challenge against them, your businesses are being destroyed. That's what happened to your Naira. It's not as if they do not know. So in all of that, let us know that the fight we have in our hands now is no different from what our fathers had to undertake when the British were here, trying to take over their sovereignty and their lands. They fought back. What are we doing today? We are going as PDP and APC and Mega Party to renew the life of the Constitution by which we are held in bondage. We can do better than that. We have education. We have exposure. We can see the problem for what it is. And if after what NINAS has done and all the constituent organizations over the last 22 years, if after all of that, we still wobble on to go to renew that enslavement in 2023 by way of elections, then maybe our people truly deserve to perish. It's heavy to say so, but from what we're seeing, that we are pointing all of these things that are verifiable to people who have education, who have exposure. They are all over the world. And they are carrying on as a people under a spell. If that spell is so thick that you no longer mind whether you get killed, then what can we do? Whatever happened to those who left Egypt on their way to the promised land may well happen to those who are not listening now, that we must take down this constitution to salvage our land and our sovereignty and our own lives. A word should be enough for the wise.